LBR LBO Debrief.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Warm welcome to the fourth edition of LBR LBO Debrief, Economic and Business Climate Outlook 2017. I know it's pretty early in the day, 8:30. Sorry to pull you out of your beds and force you to come here. And this is the last event of our conference season for this year. And generally, getting people for a full-day conference at the end of the year is a rather difficult task. You got budgets to complete, you need to wrap up things before you go on holidays, etc. So we understand. And I appreciate your presence here because I believe that you would like to know what is likely to happen in the global economies of the key markets, and emerging Asia and Sri Lanka, and the strategic implication of the budget presented a few weeks ago. And finally, how do we expect business leaders to navigate their businesses through this unfolding economic geopolitical scenario? So we have a long day ahead of us. Let me first tell you the bad news. The first bad news is there's no tea break in the morning. But don't worry, you will get your tea. Okay, we'll serve tea and coffee and snacks at the table because we have back-to-back packed schedule. Second bad news is the first half of the day going to be pretty, what I call a little hard. Okay, because we are going to talk about economics. We are going to talk about how the economies are moving. What are the unfolding scenarios? There are a lot of charts and a lot of bars and a lot of pie charts and a lot of trend lines, etc. Don't get too excited about them. Okay, pay attention to the speaker. And you can download all the presentations from lbo.lk/debrief. So I would suggest that you download the presentations to your mobile device and follow through as the speakers speak, because because we wanted to share as much details as possible, because therefore these presentations are pretty detailed. And you can always refer to them later, but pay attention to the speakers. We thank all our sponsors and partners who made generous financial contribution to make this event happen. Millennium ID and London Stock Exchange Group, Sampath Bank, eFeatures, and CFA Society of Sri Lanka. And you will find the booths, their booths outside. And whenever you find time, whenever you walk out, please have a look. Please do visit them. We also thank Oxford Business Group and, of course, ACCA for partnering with us and endorsing this program. Those members of ACCA, please contact your association to get CPD hours. Let me quickly take you through the presentations, the flow of the talks today. The first half is about how the global, regional, key market Sri Lankan economy are likely to move next 12 months. As you know, there are a lot of interesting, exciting things happening. Some are very challenging around the globe. And unlike 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or 50 years ago, these events that's taking place faraway places could have significant impact on you. So we have the first talk for 30 minutes on the global economy. What can we expect in the global economy? Followed by that, we will have a talk on the key markets: EU, Eurozone, UK, USA, China, the big boys, and Japan. Then we will have a presentation on emerging Asia, because emerging Asia is important for us because 65% of the global growth, GDP growth, will come from Asia, next year after. So should not we look at what is going on in the rest of Asia? Because you will see some information about how the intra-trading, intra-investment, intra-region trading, intra-trading investment, intra-trading flow of labor moving across the region. And we have finally a discussion on what we can, a talk on what we can expect in the Sri Lankan economy. Now, Sri Lankan economy is very exciting, to study. We seem to have moving in multiple directions, and there's a certain amount of confusion that is taking place, which way the current government is moving, the economic policy, and fiscal and monetary policy. We'll have Amal Sandaratna speaking about Sri Lankan economy, and following that, we will have 1.5 hour panel discussion. So remember, you can keep sending your comments and your questions as we begin the conference. Afternoon is the most exciting topic, budget. The budget, Sri Lankan budget last is like, my blood sugar check-in schedule. You have a morning edition of budget, afternoon edition of budget, midnight edition of budget. So hopefully we will have one consistent budget this year. So we already have seen the private bus owners version of the budget. GMOA is still yet to talk about it. So hopefully we'll have a stable budget this year. Because we have a very creative finance minister. And we will finally end the day with a panel discussion with 4 business leaders. How they expect, how they intend to navigate their businesses during the next 1 year. We have somebody from technology, global technology expert. We have somebody who is representing the export business in Sri Lanka. And then we have a diversified conglomerate experience speaker, as well as chairman of Colombo Stock Exchange. Okay. So after that, we'll have the most exciting part of the day, cocktails.
LBR LBO Debrief.